not usually one to bargain. That's true. There's more to a job than just money. But you seem like a good kid. And I'm getting sick of the food here. I'll work for your lower rate. Then it sounds like we have a deal, boss. Ha! You'll love having me around. I'm gonna take a lap. Gotta sober up a little before I get to work. So long, boss. Working hard or hardly working? Hey, boss. I thought you'd never ask.
I'll get back to what I was doing. You know where to find me. Yeah, what is it? Dropping off a few choice items? Until later.
We're shaking.
Want a drink? Of course you do.
Normally, you need a press badge for that kind of thing.
Let loose.
Get ready to have your mind blown, boss. I started out as a copywriter there in my 20s. Writing for the New Atlantean was my dream job. So I took the first open position there that I could get. Sometimes I brought homemade food for the office. A junior editor on my floor found out I knew my way around the spatula and asked to publish some of my recipes. I told her no dice unless the offer came with a full-time writing gig. Turns out, she was looking for a big break too. So she took a chance on me. We pitched the idea for a regular column to management together. And a few months later, Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space was born. Yeah, we sure did. I worked with her my entire career. By the time I quit, She was one of the biggest names in the editing department, thanks in no small part to yours truly. I wonder what's going to happen to her now that I'm not around. Huh. It started out as a recipe writing column. My specialty was creating dishes that improved on packaged chip food using easy-to-find ingredients. Easy market to break into. I've never met anyone who could eat synthetic scrambled eggs with a straight face. When the column got more popular, my editor had the idea to branch out into restaurant reviews. Turns out, she's a genius. Reviewing restaurants is what made me really famous. Dawn's Roost. Oh, the real height of luxury. Right in the heart of New Atlantis. The only classier place in the settled systems is the rooftop bar at Paradiso. If you were after a casual meal, though, you can't beat the Brown Horse Tavern in New Homestead. There's a reason they're the oldest restaurant in the galaxy. Real popular. Walk into any doctor's office in the UC, and you'll probably find my work somewhere. Lots of businesses subscribe to the New Atlantis. My editor and I used to joke that Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space was the official column of waiting rooms all over the settled systems. I was featured in the New Atlantean for almost 30 years. I even made a couple covers. That's big shot stuff right there. Now that I've quit writing it, copies of the magazine with my column in them are gonna become a real collector's item. I knew you'd love having me around. All that time in the spotlight means I really know how to light up a room. Crab treatment, that's why. The last location shoot I did was a freaking disaster. And that's not your classic Mickey Caviar embellishment either. Out of a crew of 8, I'm the only one who lived to tell the tale. The rest of them died on the bug-infested all-over planet the New Atlanteans sent us to. Not that the office cared. They didn't even bother to warn us about the dangerous aliens living there. And they didn't send a single rescue ship when we went missing either. Oh, talk about a breach of contract. I was working on a recipe featuring a mushroom that grows there. Turn your Canuck poutine into gourmet cuisine with this rare mushroom. My usual shtick. The New Atlantean wanted some shots of me on location for authenticity's sake. Those damn mushrooms. They were all I had to eat when things broke bad. And no amount of delicate, earthy aroma or savory flavor could convince me to eat them again. I thought the same thing. Some severance package, huh? It's a miracle I survived it all. It could have gone the other way. It did for my crew. I've never seen anything like what happened to them. Total bloodbath. So, we're out in the jungle, right? I'm getting ready for my close-up, and BAM! A hungry alien jumps out of the trees and rips my camera guy clean in half. Oh. Next thing I know, they're all over us. I wasn't gonna go out as something's lunch, so I ran into the jungle. By the time I found my way back, the rest of my crew was dead. It wasn't pretty. I ended up having to trek back to the ship alone with no map and no supplies. It took months. And those damn aliens stalked me the whole way. We having a staring contest or something? I set the ship's autopilot to take me to Volii Alpha and passed out cold until I got there. When I landed on Neon, I sold the ship to some spaces for a payout. My editor can put the Trackers Alliance on it if she really wants it back. I took the money straight to the Astro Lounge and started drinking. I had to live off the land. Can you imagine? Me, an award-winning columnist, reduced to hunting vermin and cooking plants over an open fire I made myself. And that wasn't even the worst part. I had to sleep on the ground for months. My back's never gonna be the same. You and me both, boss. Roughing it in the jungle ain't my idea of a good time. After putting me through that, the new Atlantean can bite me. I decided I was gonna quit my column before I even got off that planet. And you know what? I'm not telling anyone at the office I survived. Not even Jan, my editor. I thought we were friends, but I guess not. What kind of friend sends you to the depths of space and doesn't even call a rescue party when you go missing? She might take some flack for it at work, but I'm the one who spent 2 months without running water or a place to sleep. She got the sweet end of the deal. Glad you're on my side here, boss. Makes me feel a lot better about, lying to my oldest friend. Thanks for your 2 cents, boss. Sorry, I zoned out. Nah, it's made up. I was gonna wait to unveil my real name to the settled systems in my upcoming autobiography. But since you're such a good boss, I'll give you a sneak peek. My real name's Frank Pastoria. Frankie to my friends. But that doesn't exactly scream charm or celebrity. When I got my publishing gig, I decided to change it. My grandma came up with the idea to call myself Mickey Caviar. She loved it. She even insisted on going by Grandma Caviar after I made the switch. Oh, you were serious? That's gonna be a no, boss. I like you just fine, but you gotta be in the inner circle to call me Frankie. Sorry. I appreciate it, boss. I'll sign a copy of my autobiography for you once it's published, as a thank you. Works for me. My grandma. She raised me with a spatula in one hand and a cookbook in the other. She's the inspiration behind almost every recipe I ever wrote. My penchant for improving synthetic food with real ingredients was a Grandma Caviar original. She could turn anything into a gourmet meal, I swear. I've eaten at fancy restaurants all over the galaxy, and still nothing compares to her famous lasagna. Try not to miss me too much, huh?